Since 1930, the FIFA World Cup has been the most prestigious soccer tournament in the world. Every 4 years, players from all over the world gather to compete for a single trophy, the World Cup, and we all drop everything to watch them compete. But how much do we really know about that illustrious prize? In this video, we'll discuss 10 World Cup facts you probably didn't know. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. 1. FIFA World Cup Trophy. The FIFA World Cup trophy is unique and cannot be confused with any other trophy. It is covered in gold and is very beautiful and impressive in size. However, many people do not know that the ball on top of the cup is just a dummy. In 2010, Martin Polyakov, professor of chemistry at the University of Bonium, presented a thesis that there was nothing inside the top of the trophy. Otherwise, the prize would weigh about 70 kilograms and would simply be unbearable for most football players. Besides, according to Polyakov, it would be a complete waste of gold. 2. The cup was stolen. It's expected that thieves will want to win the main football trophy just as much as the players. A few clarifications. The first World Cup figurine was named after the third FIFA president Joel Rame. The cup was adorned with a statue of Nike, the ancient Greek goddess of victory. FIFA awarded this type of prize from 1930 to 1970, but the trophy was stolen from the London showroom by an unknown in 1966, just days before the start of the World Cup in England. A week later, the golden figure was discovered by chance by a dog named Pickles, who sniffed the missing trophy in the woods near one of London's stadiums. Pickles' owner, David Colbert, unintentionally saved the United Kingdom from this phrase and loss of reputation. The dog received silver medals from the National Candle League, and Colbert received £5,000. 3. The cup is bulletproof. It's still possible to damage the World Cup trophy, but it's extremely difficult because the modern version of the statuette is brought to various events in a bulletproof case. The original trophy is only found at the FIFA offices. The winning team receives the real trophy at the award ceremony, but after the celebrations, the national teams return it to FIFA and receive a bronze replica. 4. First Winter World Cup. The World Cup tournament in Qatar will be held during the winter season, from November 20 to December 18th, instead of the usual summertime schedule. This is due to the country's extremely hot summer weather. With average air temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius, it would be impossible to play football or any other sport. However, the temperature drops to a more manageable 24 to 30 degrees Celsius from November to December. Of course, this is not the ideal situation for teams, but in order for the players to feel comfortable during training and matches, the Qatari authorities have installed various air cooling systems in all stadiums. 5. Stadium compactness. Qatar has excellent logistics, which means that fans will be able to attend 2 matches on the same day, even if they are held in different cities. The maximum distance between the stadiums hosting the World Cup is only 75 kilometers, which means that the journey from one arena to another will take no more than an hour. Also, during the 22nd World Cup, referees will continue to employ the video assistance system, which will take into account not only standard files but also dangerous game episodes for free kicks and penalties. Another contentious issue is striking offsides to avoid controversies. FIFA has introduced a whole package of video tools. Complexes of 12 cameras will be introduced under the roofs of stadiums to help display the players' positions in controversial situations as clearly as possible, plus electronic sensors will be placed inside the balls to ensure that football is played as honestly as possible and not tainted by referee bias. 6. Scandal over migrants. The Qatar's concern for the gas journalists, football players, and referees cannot but pleasure. But there are awful things underlying all of the new World Cup's comforts, and the world must keep silent about it. Qatar was involved in the most serious human rights breaches while preparing for the World Cup. The migrants who built the arenas were not paid, were forced to work in dangerous conditions, and were physically and mentally humiliated. Several human rights organizations had learned by March 2021 that at least 6,000 workers had died while building stadiums for the World Cup. Here's one example of employees being mistreated. Only Africans and Asians were assigned to high-altitude labor throughout the day, while white professionals conducted less risky, but similarly compensated job. The football community asked that FIFA take Qatar's privilege to host the competition away from them, but they just brushed it off and left everything as it was. However, former FIFA President Joseph Blatter recently openly recognized that the choice to hold the event in Qatar was incorrect. Regardless of how exciting the matches and results are at this year's World Cup, the sour aftertaste will linger. 7. Alcohol ban. The Qatar authorities' prohibitions caused a huge uproar. The World Cup banned the sale of beer in stadiums, which is a huge blow to FIFA's multi-million-dollar contracts with the producers of the intoxicating drink. Drinking alcohol and being drunk in public places is strictly prohibited in Qatar, a state that professes Islam. Violators will face a sovereign distinction of 6 months in prison or a large fine. At the same time, alcohol would not be prohibited in the country's fan zones. Some visiting fans are upset that they will be unable to watch games with alcohol. Others advocate for respect for the host country's culture and religion, claiming that 2 or 3 hours without beer is not the worst thing that can happen in life. 8. The most expensive tournament in history. There's no doubt that Qatar has invested lavishly in a spectacular football festival on its own soil. Middle Eastern countries and approximately 208 billion euros are on hold in the tournament, implying that the most expensive World Cup in history awaits us. Although it is noteworthy that only 6.75 billion was spent on stadium construction, the remainder of the investments were made in the construction of airports, roads, and other critical infrastructure. 9. Only one country have played in every World Cup. Brazil is the only country to compete in every World Cup since it began in 1930. They were also the first country in the world to confirm their qualification for both the 2018 and 2022 World Cups. Given the number of quality players they produce, we don't expect them to stop qualifying for the World Cup anytime soon. 10. Only 8 countries have won the World Cup. As of 2018, 79 different countries have competed in the World Cup. However, only 8 of these teams have ever won the World Cup: Brazil, Germany, Italy, Argentina, France, Spain, Uruguay, and England. These teams are strong, but the Netherlands, Portugal, and Belgium look particularly strong right now, so don't be surprised if we see a new winner in Qatar this year. So guys, which team do you intend to support at the 2022 World Cup? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.